The October surprise that keeps on giving. Most recently, as of about an hour ago, it was announced that the Bank of England will increase bond purchasing to the amount of $10 billion a day until October the 14th. So we can see the Bank of England, who takes part with the IMF, who take part in the SDR, who has a basket of foreign currencies. Now, the more one has or the less one has depends on whether you have to pay interest or you can earn interest on those foreign currencies within the SDR. They are then lent to banks. Those banks are then able to lend them to other banks, which you or I don't have access to, but the large financial institutions do. In this case, purchasing bonds, government bonds, helping to prop up their economy, the equity market, which the pension funds are tied to. Now, here in Australia, we have a similar system. When you work, you get a certain amount, a percent, paid to tax as well, paid to your superannuation, the superannuation fund of your choice that you are getting this free money for, although it's actually your money, is then being invested and then helping with the overall economy when you think about it. Questionably, you could say, well, how come I can't just have the money now? That might help the economy, but you being you can't make a decision as well as someone else who makes decisions for you. Just like when you're told what's medical treatment you should or should not have. Now that's another story. Now this purchasing will continue until October the 14th. $10 billion in pounds. Convert that to whatever country you're in. It just goes to show that the economy is broken. We're still in a credit crisis, and ever since 2008, the economy has never recovered. Arguably, ever since the Federal Reserve was created and fiat currency was created and the IRS was created, it did kick off this system. And then once it was taken off the gold standard, it just started to spiral further and further out of control. As you can see, the purchasing power of the dollar, the US dollar that is, has continued to decrease to this day. And if the Fed continues to raise interest rates, and if they then turn around and decide to print, we're going to see a never-ending revolving door of infinite credit, infinite interest rates, and infinite... You can see the problem there. The economy is seriously broken. Now, that's the breaking news of the day. Let's have a look what's been going on. So if you're an options trader, leverage trader, derivatives trader, equity trader, day trader, long-term investor, hedge fund, a self-managed super fund, a institutional investor, an investment bank, a foreign nation, or a cryptocurrency guru, or a noob. This sort of information may help you if you understand, if you care to listen. If not, it's up to you because it's pretty straightforward. All this sort of data is in plain sight. But you gotta remember there's a bit of a delay. So the faster you can get information, the faster you can make a decision, the faster you can beat your opponent. Think about it. Why do servers get placed closer to the main source? They can get that millisecond faster than their competition. They might be able to make a trade quicker than the other person. If their AI is better than someone else's AI, their system will be able to compete at a higher level. And that is applicable to humans too. Back in the day, the bank cartel had a faster information network than the government did. They were able to get word by horseback back then quicker than the mainstream TV would report to the masses, and they were actually able to make financial decisions saying this was the outcome of a war, when in actual fact it was going the other way. Whether or not that continues to this day, I'm not saying it does or does not, I'm just saying that actually took place. course, understand the future, because they run. Now I'm sure you all knew, back in September 15th, 2022, not quite a month ago, we had China and Russia conducting joint patrols in the Pacific Ocean. China and Russia sit on the UN board. They have the veto power. China and Russia are closely analysing everything the West does. China and Russia arguably are in a war posture right now. Like, you know, if you're gonna fight someone and the other person doesn't even know they're in a fight, they just get involved in a knockout game, versus a trained fighter and they see someone coming in, and they're gonna react. Basically, I hate to say it, but the way when I look around, I feel people are in the knockout game. They don't even know generally what is coming. Now, there are some people that probably do, and maybe they don't want to freak out the rest of the population. Because you could imagine if you knew, I don't know, there's some alien monster out in the backyard, it might freak you out. If you never knew and never came in your house, you'd be okay. You'd be okay. You think you'd be okay. Anyway, we've seen the Chinese and the Russians conducting military drills, sending formations through with missile destroyers, missile launches, and obviously you can't see from the surface, but maybe they had some nuclear attacks somewhere in the mix. Recently, I think one of them went missing. Missing as in it disappeared from its port based on satellite imagery. Allegedly, reportedly, also there's been some lasers being shot into space which can actually blind or interfere with someone's ability to use satellite imagery in the battlefield. So if you're blind, you don't know what is coming, it could give the opposition an advantage, is basically what I'm saying. If that is the case, kind of worrying, hey. Would you want to tell the population that is going on? I'm not so sure. If you're a trader of any sort, or looking to stay informed on geopolitical events, hey, maybe you might want to know this stuff. Since those military drills were taking place with Russia and China, obviously you've got the Ukraine conflict going on. This is back on, I think, the 28th of September 2022. I thought I'd look up this article. It says, fact check, no proof of sabotage in the Nord Stream pipeline. So there's a Nord Stream pipeline which carries energy from Russia to Europe. As you can see here, there was leaks detected, something happened, and they're no longer functioning. I think they said they can fix Nord Stream 1 more recently, but one of them was beyond repair. I believe it was Nord Stream 2. So you can see the direction of energy flowing from Russia into Europe, into Germany. I think it was these events took place on German territory. I could be wrong. But look it up. At the same time, I'm sure you all knew there was a Baltic Pipe project, whereby the pipeline does not come from Russia, it comes from Norway, goes into Denmark and into Poland. The opposite of the Russian Nord Stream pipelines. Now, if you're warring with someone and they could hold you to ransom because you're dependent on them in this economy, it would be good to have another option to get your energy from. Otherwise, you will be in a winter freeze, because in the European countries, I believe that when winter comes, things freeze. You know, it's not like other countries where the winter it just rains occasionally, it's a bit cold, it might frost at night. Shit actually freezes, and you probably want energy during the cold winter nights. September 28th, 2022, the Baltic Pipe gas pipeline opens, connects Norway and Poland. That is really good timing, isn't it? It's really good timing. Just a coincidence, I am pretty sure. Just a coincidence, nothing else. Because it's a key step for a way from Poland and the whole of Europe, not just Poland, the whole of Europe, including Germany, where the pipeline Nord Stream 1 and 2 was destroyed, to be weaned off dependency on Russia. There you go. So if you're a trader, a gas trader, energy trader, foreign currency trader, any sort of trader, these are the sort of information you might want to look at. It's right in front of your eyes, and you want to know, what move to make, what could affect things. If you're being told, for instance, that Nord Stream 1 and 2 completely decimated Europe and no gas can now get through that pipeline to Europe, you may well have been misinformed, because there was another pipeline opened around this time. Nord Stream 1 and 2 were taken offline from Europe, providing Russian gas to Europe. It is now gas being provided from Norway to Poland and Europe. Now, October 7th, 2022, the bridge looked like the left image. As you can see, October 8th, 2022, it looks a bit different. Now, what took place? Was this indeed an escalation? Was the Nord Stream pipeline an escalation? Well, back when Russia sent in their military equipment into Crimea, then annexed it, they built a bridge. They call it Crimean Bridge, as you can see there. Basically, it's a supply line, and this has been somewhat disabled. It's been partially reopened since, however, in the course of this conflict between Ukraine and Russia, the Russian allies and the Ukrainian allies, which apparently appears to be NATO and the rest of the world, relatively speaking, we see a explosion and destruction of more infrastructure, further cutting off Russian expansion in terms of the pipeline was allowing Russia to expand its gas supplies into Europe, and this particular bridge was allowing Russia to expand its whatever it wanted to move across that bridge, trucks, cars, you know, tanks, armored vehicles to roll across this bridge. Now that's become a little bit harder because basically this bridge is almost inoperable. Now what does this mean? What does this look like? Does this look like escalation to you? Now I haven't looked at the Dow Jones today. I haven't looked at the ASX, haven't looked at the Nikkei, haven't looked at the London Stock Exchange either. Here's the 10th of October though, we shall see what we're going to get today. Back in 2022, the 10th of the 6th, the US was talking about purchasing about 290 million of worth of drugs for use in radiological and nuclear emergencies. It's what is called what's it called? Not nascent iodine, potassium iodine. Basically, it helps to stop radioactive material. Say there is radioactive material in the area, in the water, the food, the air. Potassium iodine, Ki, is a type of iodine that is not radioactive and can be used to help block one type of radioactive material, radioactive iodine, from being absorbed by the thyroid. Now, I think there is 4 types of iodine that you can consume, and it basically, my understanding, This one in particular can help with nuclear fallout. Now, why would that be on the cards, on the table? Why would these cards be being played in the mainstream media as well? Because it's not something I've heard widely, but I haven't been watching the mainstream TV. Now, I'm sure you're all aware of this, that if you wanted to purchase these, you could go out and seek medical advice, decide if that's something for you, because and then maybe it might help with nuclear fallout. Maybe it might be good to have something like that on hand. Who knows? Moving away from that, so moving away from the Bank of England pulling back, trying to have a normal economy because they're kind of realizing the economy is so broken they have to intervene with the infinite printing, the purchasing of bonds, more reliance on the IMF basically, and the SDRs, taking more loans to purchase more bonds to help prop up their economy, which may help if you're trying to make decisions or forecasting what the economy may or may not do, outside of just looking at rates and hikes and inflation, because inflation is not going anywhere. The rates are still going to continue to rise till March, and we're seeing escalations across the board from Russia and China working together navally across the world. Then moving on to Russian infrastructure being destroyed, Russian bridges being destroyed, and talks of medical iodine potassium pills being purchased for unknown reasons, you know. Like, why would anyone need that? Why would anyone need that? Who knows, you know? I don't want to freak anyone out, but that's where my mind is going at this point in time. Now, a good thing, also breaking news, it flip-flopped very quick. We saw an update. PayPal backs off policy to pull if they didn't like what you said, you want to get fined somehow, because they would deem you as someone who provides misinformation. Again, this is purely because a company thought this. So if a company decides that they want to do this, they can just roll it out. People across the board, I would imagine, would just be like, well, I'm closing my PayPal account. Goodbye PayPal. You know, vote with the dollars if there's something you don't like. Elon Musk came out and said PayPal's new censorship policy is insane. Condemned it, basically, harshly. He also came out and said, is there a way to end the war? And everyone just called him Putin, Russifier or something. But yeah, so that's definitely a win for humanity. Now, I've seen other instances of companies basically rolling out their whatever policy to require you to get treatments, even though they're not even in the medical field, large banks and the like. Insanity, absolute insanity. Thinking that they're God and they control you only because you, to them as an employee, are a human resource. Listen to the word human resource. What does that mean? That's fucked up, right? Here's the policy if you want to check that out. Maybe I'll check it out. I don't know. Yeah, you got some forbidden information right there. Moving on. As of today, the pound rallies as the Bank of England doubles bond buying program to 10 billion a day. Originally it was going to be 5 billion, now it's 10 billion a day up until October the 14th. So if you're looking to make any moves, you would, well, I would imagine you might want to know that this is going on for one. But this is the, this is the mainstream media. This is fine to use. This is what everyone else uses, you know, but think about it. Would top analysts in the Bank of England be using this information to make their decisions, knowing that this is coming? I don't know. Maybe they wouldn't. Maybe they would. Maybe they've got access to some other magical information that we all don't. Who knows? But yeah, that's just something I thought of just But yeah, as a result, we can see, the pound increasing, and no doubt their equities market is going to increase. And quite often you'll see in foreign currency trading, if the pound is increasing, then whatever currency it's trading against is going to be decreasing. If one stock is increasing, maybe there's positions that are affected by that, long or short. It's not just moving the ball from A to B. It's like for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Sometimes we're not looking at every possible outcome, every possible timeline, for example. Now we can see here, a few hours ago, not the World War I, World War II, World War III, although that's quite hilarious, we can see the Germany consulate in Kiev has been hit by a Russian strike. BILD reports, not sure who they are. So reportedly this is taking place. So further missile strikes after training drills between China and Russia across the world, rapid deployment of missile silos being built in China, subs being lost track of, I guess you could call it, reportedly lasers being shot into space, potentially blinding satellites. We've seen now Russia use some more of its weaponry to strike Kiev, and this time it's hit the German consulate. Does this feel like escalation to you further in October? Now this is a good one, kind of changing the topic just a little bit, not moving into the social credit score, the central bank digital currencies, or the cashless society, or the you will own nothing and be happy, or eat the bugs, or anything like that. Looking at this particular advertisement here, because this is apparently a good marketing campaign. I don't agree with this personally. It may have been putting a chip underneath the skin, but here's one better. You know, every time you use your fingerprint to sign into your phone, and the sphericals are now there. Now, basically, you can see your fingerprint can be used like your data. So you know how QR scanning the QR codes are different. Your fingerprint is unique. Maybe in the future, you know, you might have something like you will require your fingerprint to access your medical record. You will require your fingerprints to access your bank details. That sounds brilliant, right? I mean, you can't hack that. Okay. But yeah, just something else to think about.
I don't understand why everybody is hating. Hex is capped at 3.69 inflation.
Now here we go. Stocks in line for fourth day of losses amid Fed hiking balloon. So we have the indication, the signaling basically that the Fed is going to raise rates until March at least. As a result, usually you see the equities market go down, cryptocurrency go down, and we see apparently the US dollar getting stronger relatively. Now the question on everyone's mind is probably, will the Fed change their game plan? Will they change the timeline and decide to implement some quantitative easing? I'm not sure. I'm not sure how this is going to play out. I can't foresee the future. Wish I could, people. Otherwise, I'll tell you what's going to happen. Then maybe
enjoy the pumpamentals. If you like what you hear by now, think twice. Just remember,
we might arrive at a different outcome. But that's something to think about. Knowing that the Bank of England were in line with this decision, they were not going to roll out any more quantitative easing. They were going to continue to raise rates, causing flow-on effects. People not want to take on risk. People maybe want to buy treasury bonds instead of sitting in risky equities that are declining value, or even property, you know, or maybe finding funds that are more safe, specialized in investing in
That's fucked up, right?
a risk-off asset specifically. Those type of funds may do pretty well in this sort of environment. Because the unknown is what makes life fun. Now, this also power outage on Danish island of Bornholm near Nord Stream pipeline due to submarine cable damage. What the, submarine cable damage. So, how can I work this? When you envision a purchase from a business, it gets dispatched. You connect to an internet. Say you do it online. So maybe you call them. At some point, it will enter into a system. May or may not be online. Eventually, whatever systems in place, whatever servers are, will convey that message to a warehouse. The warehouse will then place an order. Maybe it's online. Maybe they call whatever the portal they're using. It then goes on to the sea, land, or road, or air. Yeah, land, road, same thing. It then ships to you, it arrives, and that is what would you call that? If you could visualize that, that is pretty much a supply line. And there's multiple supply lines. And then you gotta think, well, hang on, how does a car work? So you have to add that calculation into that visualization you just had. Same with air, same with sea, same with even your own personal travels, because maybe you're not home at the time. Maybe you have to go and collect from somewhere else, maybe the electricity comes into it as well. Does your house have electricity to place the order? Does the warehouse have electricity to function? Does the internet have the ability to connect to the required servers? So how do these servers connect? Well, there's cables that run across the seabed. Now I don't know where they are. Imagine if someone knew where they were and decided to fuck with someone else. They could maybe decide to start sabotaging these cables, God forbid. Now I'd hope there would be some protection against them. It wouldn't be easy to find them. There would be backup routes, etc., etc. That's why I think Starlink is so important. So God forbid someone decided to be an arsehole and start sabotaging cables. Me being here in Australia, I would imagine everything runs through a cable. So having something like Starlink up and about might be helpful to bounce off the internet there. Right, unless some arsehole decides to start taking our satellites and start blinding them, etc., etc. Now, back to this here. We see a power outage caused by a pipeline being taken down due to submarine cable damage. Now, I'm not sure what that means, but as I've explained, things can get quite intense quite quickly if cables start getting taken down. We have this too. Putin threatens Kiev with even tougher response in case of further Ukrainian terrorist acts against Russia. Now, I'm not sure if that's relating to a pipeline, but where the pipeline ran through and the territory which it took place, or it's related to the bridge and the territory in place that took place. I'm not sure what is actually going through Mr. Putin's mind and his generals and those people who are trying to basically get an upper hand in a war. But that has been issued now. We see this too. Russia fires massive missile barrage across Ukrainian cities. That is relating to the German Consular in Kiev being hit by Russian strike, I would imagine. Basically, you can see how they're tied together. But yeah, so all in all, when we take a step back and have a look from a neutral position on all sides, does this look like escalation or de-escalation? It does not look like de-escalation to me. Now, there was another tweet, I'm not sure why it's not showing. He basically explained that if you look back to when Iraq was invaded, the sort of firepower that was used, the precision, the speed at which it took place, the countries involved, and you could imagine Russia doing the same thing against Ukraine, but they have not yet. But there was an article saying the general has been put into the field. There's been another article saying more troops have been deployed on top of the reservists being pulled up. You can see the Russian, I use it loosely, Russian men fleeing Russia. Maybe they want to be drafted or whatever. But you can see it doesn't look like de-escalation the more you look at it. And you then see this from, I guess, Zero Hedge. Will it load? Yeah. So we see the Swiss company offering fortified luxury bunkers for the apocalypse. What apocalypse? What are they talking about? Does it come with purified water, a natural garden, enough fertilizer to last, its own independent water supply, and its own filters and air filters, and its own gardens, and its own consumable supplies, and its own power sources, and its own batteries, and its own source of maybe various types of iodines to help against this sort of thing? Or is it just pure? Is it just purely the house and you've got to get that yourself? Does it come with the required things you might need to hunt, for example, like a bow and arrow or something? Butchering facilities. I don't know. It's just interesting to know that this sort of stuff is about. Meanwhile, you can only imagine who could afford things like this, whereas the average investor individual probably cannot afford this. So, should Armageddon come, in theory, who would likely survive this Armageddon? In theory, the extremely wealthy, or the average everyday person worried about what gender or pronoun to use in the West, or countries who are already in a war footing, preparing for things like this for a long time, in the right positioning, in the right posturing. And then you think of one country has the world's deepest train stations, another country, its population is well prepared against such strikes, whereas other countries are morbidly obese and decided to purchase iodine supplies only now to be used in case of, just in case, just in case. And they had TV advertisements saying, this, what you might want to do if you see a mushroom cloud in the sky. It's kind of concerning. So instead of fretting about all this myself, what I did, I got in the garden and decided to do some gardening, and that's how I spent my days, people. And in closing, thank God I found Hex.
There's so many scams.
It might be something else for you people. It might be guns, gold, silver, Bitcoin. I don't know.
Bracket. Don't ever send me money.
They're probably not bad investments either, tangible assets,
I'm out there actually making
clean water might be a good supply. I mean, of all things, just don't tell me about toilet paper. Oh my God, you'd rather have water, sure, somewhere to bathe than, toilet paper. that's the prepper side coming out. But all in all, knowing about this stuff can be freaky. It can. You just have to know. You can't ignore this and put your head in the sand. It's like not wanting to stand up for something. It's like not wanting to. If you're an advocate for something, you want to make sure it's done right. If legislation is coming through, you want to make sure things are being done right. Because if you do things wrong, it's going to come back and bite you in the ass. If you do things right, when the time comes, it's all sorted. That's why you've always got to think when you're making decisions. I always think when you're making decisions, especially related to cryptocurrency and investment assets, weigh up the pros, weigh up the cons. What are you looking to achieve? And this probably can't all be done online. Some of it might need to be in the real physical world. We might need to actually lobby for change. We might need to actually teach people about something like cryptocurrency that might be able to help us survive this sort of world that we're currently living in. Can you imagine if some apocalyptic, like that's the worst outcome, that 10 being the worst is apocalyptic Armageddon, something in the 5, 6 or 7 range, I don't know, could help bring about a one world digital currency, could help bring about further lockdowns, it could help bring about further control over the masses, would you not want to be on the side of more freedoms, peacefully, politically, legally, lawfully? Especially with cryptocurrencies, like teaching people how to actually read the on-chain data might help. Teaching people how to learn and find and tackle their taxes correctly, or maybe finding the right places to look for information. Making sure you're not breaking the law, basically. But yeah, it's a crazy world we are in, and yeah. That's why I got my gardening done. Get the garden done because this sort of thing runs heavily on my mind. And as an investor, I'm finding it extremely hard to put any capital into in these markets. It's a bear market across the board. The only thing that is looking good, even kind of good in this economy, other than a nice big farmland not too far from the main cities, not too far travel, etc., access to like supermarkets, things you need, so it's not too far to have things delivered to you, things like that. That sounds pretty good, but other than that, I can't think of anything else other than hex that I'd want to be holding right now. Something that produces more of itself. Yeah, anyway, alright, signing out, people. I hope that freaked you out, seriously. You need to understand this. You need to learn about this stuff. You need to come back and tell me that I'm full of shit, and tell me that I'm making this up, and tell me that it's all conspiracy crazy time, and tell me to put my tinfoil hat on. I would love for someone to make me feel that way, and tell me that you bought Hex too. Alright, signing out.